about a game and a book.
And the book actually does have like really minor differences that are, well, not minor. They're pretty noticeable if you've actually played the game, and everything is still relatively fresh in your memory.
For instance,
Barry does a little bit more.
Ah.
I think they skip a couple sequences too. But it was all like sequences that were pretty video gamey.
I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking.
Let's listen to the radio for a while. The CB radio, apparently.
Join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff, which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, other irons to fry.
Other irons of the fire.
Workload to last year's. Things have
What is
seemed
this guy, Biff
relatively
Tannen?
peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Those two
it's
guys.
Wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too. Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but definitely, Pat.
It's definitely you,
I'm
Pat.
talking here,
Is that
Thornton.
Barry walking around?
Oh, shoot, I lost my train of
I
thought.
think.
Not just me.
Oh, yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually most of the trouble seems to be coming from grown men. People who ought to know better,
Haha, everybody knows grown men know the least.
Well, that's nice to hear at least. Boys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll let you get back to your patrol.
Sure thing, Pat. Yeah, sure thing, Pat.
That's right, so you finished Apocrypha?
Not quite yet.
God, that fucking word.
I just finished the episode, where, Charon and Achilles fight.
I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side.
Which was a pretty epic fight. It was like,
I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks.
like DBZ meets JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Really, Alan? You could have just, like, shoved it open.
But that wouldn't have been as dramatic.
What would it be dramatic for, though? Definitely nothing gonna happen.
And now...
You've got to be kidding me.
Thank you, Alan, for once again taking the words out of my mouth. The heavy-duty lantern kind of makes short work of it. Ow. You took that in the back of the head.
Yeah, it was a little less threatening this time around.
Is this Shovel Knight?
No, this is, Dark Man.
Oh.
Ha 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 ha. I know, it was great. I thought it was funny. I mean, technically at the time, it's still... everybody still thinks it's Proto Man's castle.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I suppose it would make sense that Proto Man would have the same design sensibilities as Wily.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, technically everybody in Mega Man probably has the same design sensibilities as Wily when it comes to building not-so-secret bases in the middle of nowhere. I know if I had a secret base, it would definitely be, like, in the shape of a gigantic fucking A or something.
He wants his name on the building. Oh.
Al? Is that you out there, buddy?
I had to find a key to get Barry out.
Yeah, it's me. Hang on. I'll try to find a key to get the door open.
So, how is the novelization of the game about the book, about the game, about the... You know.
I thought it was good. But I mean, usually somebody asking me how something is, like, the most likely answer I will give them is, it's alright.
Come on, Al, open the door already. Seriously, I don't like it in here. Hey, let's go, man.
I'm not really a man of extremes.
Which is, yeah, fair enough. I'm just... Is it worth me trying to find it to
We're
read
gonna
it?
have to work together to
I would
open the
say
gate,
so.
Al. Looks pretty heavy.
No, Alan, go push the other side of the gate.
Oh, look, it's a friendship door. It's like Resident Evil 5 all over again.
Or Resident Evil 6, or Army of Two.
Crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right.
I like how they lampshaded that in the DLC chapters of the first Army of Two. Like one of the guys was just like, I remember a time when I could open doors by myself.
Come on, let's go. Hey, let's do this thing.
That house is awfully far away from fucking anything.
Now that you mention it, it does seem to be a bit of a walk. The old gods know the truth.
Maybe there's a garage behind the house or something.
Grant us eyes on the inside. Wait, not those old gods. Never mind.
You know, this place looks kind of lived in. Booby hatch.
I got the impression that was a recent development.
Yeah, I don't think they keep too close an eye on them at the clinic. They seem to slip away a lot so they can get wasted.
Kidding. Awesome.
Oops, somebody messed up on the texturing. As I say, I think it might be raining.
Okay, it's...
Or windy.
yeah, I think it's actually storming outside.
Huh.
Which is odd, because is it not storming in the game right now?
Yes, it is. Well, distantly.
I'm hearing thunder, and I can't tell if it's actually outside or over my
Need to
headphones.
find where it's coming
It's
from.
not quite storming in-game yet.
That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? That's gotta be... What's her face? The crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Dun dun dun!
Right. Must be.
One of those bathrooms.
My mom's house has a bathroom like that off the kitchen.
Like, why put... I mean, I suppose fair enough putting it right next to the front door, but at the same time... I am profoundly uncomfortable with being at ground level in terms of having, like, bedrooms. Especially if it's, like, right up next to the porch.
Coming up, the stupidest thing these two could possibly do.
Well, I mean... It's a pretty reasonable thing to have chosen to do.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, given the shit that they're going
Stay here for the
through.
night and head back to
I mean,
town
I
as
wouldn't
soon
have
as
done
gets
it,
light.
but...
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry. This is... Yeah.
I do love Alan's reaction to that, though.
It's just like, yeah, sure, why not?
Seriously, I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find her, right? Even though you're a crazy bastard, I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, god damn it.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you.
Dialogue as read by people
That's
pretending
right, I
to be
could.
drunk.
Well, they could, because I'm
Yes.
a writer.
What?
Because
What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
it takes a very good
I
actor
just
to
miss her.
actually pull
I
off
just
being
want
drunk.
her here with me.
See, I would just, if I was going to have people get drunk in game, I'd just be like, well, time for you guys to get drunk and just talk about whatever, really.
Can do.
Like, if that's what the whole point of the scene was. It's like if you guys happen to remember what you're supposed to be talking about while you're drunk, great. Imagine how musty that couch is.
Yeah. Must smell completely horrible.
It smells like old person and drugs and beer.
So yeah, getting blackout drunk on moonshine made from water out of the lake that the darkness is sealed in.
Brilliant idea.
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an hour.
So really good moonshine if it can make you remember stuff you don't want to remember.
The night Alice had disappeared. I had
Especially this vividly.
what had happened. I remembered being
Or
surprised
out of
to
body,
see
as the
Cabot
case
on.
might be.
Alice would have never turned the lights off.
Is this Silent Hill music?
It is. I felt it was contextually appropriate.
I agree.
I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night.
But hey, at least Alan can dive. I sure as hell
The next thing
can't.
I could remember was
Nor
waking
can
up
I.
behind the wheel of the crash car and finding the first pages of the manuscript.
Every time I've tried to learn to dive, all I can think of is my face is going into the water first. I don't really care much for that idea.
I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
I mean, I know that's what the whole point of, like, having your arms out to break the water surface is for, but
Alice! Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
I think I'd be more comfortable breaking my legs landing on water.
I'd been easy prey.
Look in the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
How much is the dog that's there?
The one with the waggly tail.
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside. Yes.
And there's Hartman's clinic.
Funny how it's overlooking the lake.
Makes sense.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
I think I'd be really upset by the fact that the Dark Presence isn't trying to, like, actually make an enticing proposition. That would actually grind to my gears once I figured out what was going on. It's like, why couldn't she have been, like, a hot, dark chick instead of, like, an old lady in a funeral garb?
No, she's dead. She drowned.
Like, maybe, you know, just advice for the next poor chump you get in on this whole thing, like,
Your wife is
go
dead.
try that instead.
You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her. Oh, hush.
Quit being a baby. Your wife is dead. Get over
It's
it.
a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do.
You could also, like, antagonize the Dark
You
Presence.
can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her.
It's like, alright, so how do you feel about huge anime titties?
Yes. All right. I'll
Dark
fix
Presence
it.
just makes a
I'll bring
face.
her back. No. I wrote
The weirdest part is that the Dark Presence is aware of Alan observing this
In
memory.
the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobweb she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish. To interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must
Quick, I'm going to throw some exposition at you.
It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
I like how they just don't show what the Dark Presence actually is.
I'd woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was...
So I mean, like, literally, what the hell is it aside from, like, this indistinct blob of blackness?
And now you know the rest of the story.
The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious, and faded
So I decided to
fast.
get in my car and drive.
It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the Dark Presence, kept me safe that night.
I mean, just think if Alan had just, you know, stopped the car in front of all those fallen logs and gone around, he would have been right at Stucky's gas station.
I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
And that's where the stupid comes in.
I mean, how would they know he was there? I mean, I do some dumb shit when I'm tired, but I don't think I'd make a decision that poor.
Get blackout drunk while you're being chased by a renegade FBI officer?
No, I mean,
Or
like,
agent?
escaping from the Dark Presence, like, okay, well, there's logs,
Previously on Alan Wake,
fallen logs in the road ahead, or I could go across this precarious cliffside road while I'm half asleep.
making sure that the unfolding story would
Well,
make her more
you know,
and more powerful.
He's
Part of me had been
barely
aware of
conscious,
the
so
escape into
logic
the story.
circuit's not firing on all 8 cylinders here.
The lake, it does
Like I said,
something
I've done some
creepy.
dumb shit while tired before, but
My mom gave me this old light switch.
clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison.
I don't think I'd do something quite that dumb while I was tired.
Fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
One more episode of that.
Expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen,
Old people.
Some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deer Fest? And I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up, but let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night.
Oh look, we're back here again.
Only this time Alan's actually in a cell rather than...
Someone come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
Best cupcakes in Pacific?
I think it says Bright Falls.
I don't know, it looked more like a P than a
All
B.
the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had
The
taken
light was way too bright.
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Ow. Ow, this is not good.
That about sums it up.
Development team, like, we're not actually gonna, like, animate any vomit.
I am never drinking again.
I need to talk to Weep. She's the one in the song. The Lady of the Light.
What, the crazy lady?
It is way too bright in this
Whatever
cell.
you say, Al, but we're stuck
I
here.
mean,
They're not gonna...
I had some reading to do first, Sheriff. And let me tell you, it was an interesting...
guess who was actually looking in literally the wrong direction?
You now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder...
Like how Alan's just nodding along to all this.
You hear me in there, Bret Easton Ellis? Huh?
Agent Nightingale, I want to talk to your superior.
I mean, if I were Alan, I'd be like,
I wanted my...
did nobody see that?
Look, that's not possible right now.
Agent Nightingale, I insist.
Residual effects from the booze.
What's wrong?
Lady, are you stupid? It's a trick. It's an obvious trick.
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. Wake, I'm gonna trust you with this.
You're joking.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Whoa! Get back in the cell, Stephen King. The only way you're leaving this place is over my dead...
Funny you should mention that.
Wait a minute. I know.
Oh my god!
God can't help you now.
We need light. It's the only way to fight this thing.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Not all of your things, just some of your things.
We're sitting ducks with the lights out.
Stay cool. I can get the emergency power on.
And since you don't show it, yes, that manuscript page is exactly what you think it is. The literal narration of the scene that we just watched.
On this page, Alan read a page, and on that page, he read a page.
And on that page, he read a page. Yes.
And there's no axe in the fuse box or anything.
Here are your things. Wait, what do
I left
need
your
to know?
flashlight
What
on.
do you need from me?
They can be hurt in the light, only in the light. And I need to find Cynthia Weaver. She can help me stop this.
Light. Check. Cynthia. She lives in the
Gonna
old...
take all this stuff.
I can get you there pretty quickly in the rescue chopper.
I'm trying to identify that old-ass computer on the desk over there, in the corner. It was...
Wheeler, I need you to stay here.
What? No.
We're going to fetch our ride, but I have friends who need to be warned about this, and I can't be in two places at once. I need your help.
Well...
some really old-ass DOS
Here's a list
machine,
of
that's all I
people
can
and
tell.
phone numbers.
It can
I
play
need you to
number
call
munchers,
them and tell
probably.
them you have a message
Probably
for
can.
them. Night Springs, okay?
It's like one of those old IBMs...
Springs? Like the TV show? Gotcha. Oh, hey, that radio guy is on the list. Maine. Who's Frank Breaker? He related to you?
My dad.
Hey, is this like a secret society?
Can you do this? You'll be safe here. At the back
I'm not gonna
of the
answer you, but...
These guys need to be alerted, just in case we don't come back.
You'll come back for me though, right?
As soon as we get the chopper ready. Thanks, Wheeler. I owe you one. Okay, let's go, Wake. Through the back.
So, reasonable authority finally steps in.
But then I remembered Barry actually talks to people.
Sarah asked me to tell you something. She says Night Springs, okay? So I guess she... Yes, sir. Okay, No, she's okay. She's just busy, so she asked me to... Oh, no. Actually, I'm a literary agent, sir. I'm just helping her out because she's busy right now. Well, the one you'd most likely be familiar with is Alan Wake.
I mean, I suppose he's probably an agent for other writers.
Kidding?
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
glad to
true.
hear that, sir. I'll tell Al you said that. That's really nice. But listen, I really need to make some more calls here. You got the message, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, thanks, sir. Bye now. Hey, the sheriff's dad is a big fan, Al. Said you're the best thing to happen to crime fiction since James Elroy. I think he was a little drunk, though.
Alan just looks at Sarah like, so James Elroy, huh? Yeah, Kim likes to do that.
Night Springs. Okay? Okay, bye.
It's pretty just More of that, right?
Hello? Hi, Barry Wheeler. I have a message from Sarah. Night Springs. Okay? Bye now.
I'm sure Barry's like, God, a rotary phone? Jesus.
Sorry to bother you. Barry Wheeler, calling for Sheriff Breaker. She asked me to tell you. Wheeler? Ma'am, she asked me to... No, I'm... Yes, but the sheriff asked me to...
Everybody knows his type.
I think this is gonna take a while now. You better get going.
Yep. Boy, do I.
I deal with it almost every day, every time I'm at work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell. Whatever took Nightingale must have broken the gate controls. We can't reach the gate's control box from here. We need to get to the other side over the rooftop.
I'll go. I'll open the gate for you once I'm across. You stay here in the light and cover me, Sheriff, okay?
But hey, not through that door.
That would be too easy.
Instead, you have to go over the fence, so you have to climb on something to get over.
I feel like there is a paradox of some sort here.
Elaborate.
Like, wasn't it like... never mind. I think I'm misremembering something. But something about waist-high fences always being an impediment, except when they're not.
Typically in games where you can jump, they're almost always not. Note that I said almost always. Who's ready for more birds?
Oh, chill the fuck out already.
What is the point of even attempting to dodge the birds? Because you really can't. You either shine your light on them and they don't actually damage you, or you don't shine your light on them and they hate you. No in between.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, and somebody actually finally logged on despite me having been playing this for like a couple hours at this point.
Huh.
Hey, Sheriff! Your password. Night Springs? What's that all about?
It's a stupid joke we have. That Bright Falls is the original inspiration for the TV show. This town can get weird at times. Never this weird, though.
Pay attention, kids. This is gonna be kind of important later.
What am I, an electrician? Hold on!
Mash the button to electrician.
I like how that actually does damage.
Damn, that's smart.
Good job, Wade. Okay, stick close. Our first stop is the town hall. The keys to
Did
the
we really
chopper
need
are
me
there.
to open the gate?
Well, unless you want to claim a razor wire fence.
Was it a razor wire fence? It looked like one of those kind of like thicker, like actually meant to gate people off kind of fences. I like how Sarah's gun has a fucking flashlight on it.
That would be great. Ow. Ow.
That one just missed,
Ow.
but that one did not. Wasn't really necessary, I was like 2 feet away.
And still, it just bounces off all that tweed.
I guess I'll help.
Well,
Not really like lookout immediately, but Sarah's got it well in hand.
Yes, evidently she does.
I too will contribute.
I guess the Deerfest truck is just not going to do anything else.
The chopper's in the other direction.
Thanks, but there's stuff over here.
I mean, come on, Sheriff. You're in a video game. You should know that you were never supposed to go in the correct direction right off the bat.
It's just like, what the hell are you doing? I was just like, it's fine, I got it.
That deer has the look of someone who has snorted a lot of cocaine.
Rudolph's nose isn't the only thing that's red. At this point, I'd just be like, you know, you're not even like a little bit weirded out by this. I've been doing this for days, and I'm still slightly weirded out by it. Also, thanks for alerting me of the one guy.
Don't they have a conversation to that effect?
I believe they do.
Back to where this mess all started.
Big flashlight. Item limit reached my ass. And the jukebox works.
Amazing. I remember they had a jukebox at the Pizza Hut where I grew up. And
Anyway, next time on Radical Bromance.
well, I guess that's the end of that anecdote.